Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Saturday, December 10th, 2016. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. Jens Reinke, the International Monetary Fund representative, gave Aura News an interview and commented on several economic issues, including Albania's economic growth. The IMF official declared that 2016 has been a good year for the Albanian economy, saying 2016 has been a year of positive developments for the economy. We have seen an increase in the level of gross domestic product. The country's economic growth has continued, and it is expected to finish at 3.4% this year. It is important to note that fiscal consolidation has continued during this period, which is a very important thing. There was also an increase in the number of jobs. On the other hand, there is still a high level of non-performing loans, and credit growth rates have been low. It is also important to understand that Albania has begun the process of improving and implementing the rule of law, as it has begun the first steps of implementing the judicial reform. Once the judicial reform is implemented, the economic growth will be affected, but it will remain a challenge, Reinke said. Regarding the 2017 budget, the IMF rep considers it to be a solid budget and urged the government to implement it. The IMF rep also said that the Albanian authorities are committed to not creating debt, and that though elections usually put politicians under pressure, Albania now has an organic law on the budget, and if properly implemented, the 2017 budget will pose no risk of creating debt. Regarding the agreement between the Albanian government and the IMF, Mr. Reinke had this to say. The current agreement ends in February, but our relationship is not based only on a program. We will continue to offer advice for economic policies, technical assistance, and trainings. We will continue discussions for economic policies. After the end of our agreement, we will monitor more frequently. We will review the policies and communicate with the authorities. Radio, television, Aura News, and the Italian polling company IPR Marketing will continue their successful cooperation for the upcoming elections, which will be held on June 18th of 2017. The IPR Marketing company remains successful, as demonstrated by correctly predicting the results of Italy's referendum, after which the Prime Minister, Matteo Renzi, resigned. As in previous elections, polls are an important indicator of campaigns and may point Albanians towards who will win the parliamentary elections. The continued success of IPR shows that this company is already a leader in the polling market. Thus, Aura News will continue the tradition of impartial surveys in the service of citizens, following the practice of prestigious European televisions. The Supreme Council of Justice drew lots to elect 8 members to the Electoral College today. These members will judge any election problems during the next 4 years. According to Article 149, being a judge of the Electoral College has meant that it has stipulations that these members cannot be evaluated as incapable. There could be no disciplinary actions, including dismissal, during their 4-year mandate. However, the new vetting law adopted as part of the judicial reform provides that all judges must be vetted of their past, including wealth and professional skills, possibly allowing these judges to be deemed unqualified once the vetting is completed. The co-chairman of the Ad Hoc Commission on Electoral Reform and Democratic member Oerd Bulikbashi presented the Democratic Party's platform for the Electoral Code amendments today. The Democratic Party is asking that vote buying be considered a crime. Also, another measure to be considered would be electronic voting. Edi Rama has blocked the electoral reform. We have asked for 100% state funding for political party campaigns in order to avoid electoral corruption. We have also asked for numerous measures which guarantee media equality and fix problems the OSC noticed, said Bulikbashi, adding that decriminalization is a necessary process to have free and honest elections. The Democratic Party asked that its platform be urgently taken into consideration, declaring that free elections cannot happen if their proposals are not considered. The Democrat MP accused the government of deliberately sabotaging the electoral reform process. 7 months have passed since the majority, Edi Rama, and this government have deliberately sabotaged the elections. We reach this point when the president has already decreed the date of the elections. If the Democratic Party's platform is not urgently considered without further delays, there is no guarantee of free and honest elections on June 18th. We insist that the DP platform be reviewed as soon as possible. The majority's proposals do not include the OSCE recommendations, declared Alibeaj. The chairman of the Democratic Party's Security Department commented today on Albania's drug situation, saying that the Democratic Party believes police directors and the Albanian government allow drug trafficking. Drugs are blocking Albania's integration into the European Union. Only Edi Rama refuses to recognize this reality. Tons of drugs are being seized along the coasts of Greece and Italy every day, and still Edi Rama says there are no drugs, declared the head of the DP Security Department, adding that only the Democratic Party can clean the country from drugs. The Ministry of Interior immediately reacted to the statement, stating that the police operations have been successful and praised police cooperation with neighboring police departments. The Ministry of Interior rebutted that the Democratic Party is trying to make police operations look like failures instead of praising the excellent cooperation between the neighboring police. After the completion of reconstructing kindergartens around the city, today Tirana's mayor asked for continued help from businesses, this time for planting 2 million trees. During today's tree planting activity at the artificial lake area, the mayor announced the next area to begin work. Just like you helped us with the kindergartens, today we need to leave more greenery and oxygen coming to the next generation. This month, we will pass the Tirana Urban Plan to the City Council. The plan envisions planting 2 million trees, making up the orbital forest. I do not believe that there is any more beautiful gift you can give the city than greenery and oxygen, said the mayor, adding that Farka Park will be Tirana's second park to be revitalized. Tirana's reforestation project includes the Farka, Kashar, and Vashar parks. In total, Tirana will have 5 new parks for the citizens to enjoy. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. For your local news in English, my name is Mari, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.